All right, Oracle Park is starting to come alive as it gets ready to welcome back thousands of eager baseball fans later on this week.
Yeah, the Giants home opener is coming up on Friday against the Miami Marlins. And as we mentioned, boy, the excitement, especially around the ballpark, is certainly building.
Yeah, a lot of people ready to watch some baseball. Joining us now with more on what we can expect coming up this Friday is Giants CEO Larry Baer. Larry, always appreciate your time. We are excited to have baseball back in San Francisco here. And of course, this means a lot because of what we've all been through the last few years. We're talking about 2 years of COVID restrictions that obviously impacted the Giants and Major League Baseball. We're now coming off a lockout during the offseason. How special is this opening day going to be to you, given what we've gone through?
We're really excited. Thanks for having me. We're really excited to have a full stadium of fans on opening day. And there's a tradition here. We always play the opener during the day, and it's kind of like a city and community and regional holiday. And hopefully you buy into that, because a lot of people have dentist appointments, whatever, Friday afternoon and come to the game. We're very close to a sellout, but not quite there yet. A couple thousand seats left. And as you mentioned, it's been a tough last 3 years. And it's the first time in 3 years we've been able to, open our gates to the pageantry. I mean, it's between the bunting and all the pregame festivities. It's kind of like a day like none other.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Larry, as you know, I live around that area. I run by the ballpark just about every single day. I've seen, Momo's has the bunting up. I also saw today on Twitter, Chieftain Pub, which is a few blocks away, also has the big, Giants flag now hanging in the bar there. So really, this goes beyond just baseball and Oracle Park.
Well, it does, Heather, because we like to think of the ballpark as a community gathering place. It's sort of smack dab in the middle of town. You live near there. A lot of people live near there. There's a new neighborhood growing in the Mission Bay area called Mission Rock that we're involved in. So it's really, we kind of view it as a community gathering place. And the day you can count on now, to come and celebrate community is opening day. And it's been such a tough few years here in this community and all communities that we look forward to celebrating. And, one of the things that's going to happen, I don't want to give too much away, but one of the things that's going to happen on Friday is the hoisting of the Western Division Championship flag, which from last year. So that'll be fun, and we'll have some surprises along the way.
All right, so the Giants opening day roster mostly set at this point. What can fans expect this lineup to look like on Friday? What are the expectations like for you, and where should fans' expectations be after last year's 107-win season?
Well, it's funny because last year, I think about this time, people were saying, maybe 75 wins, 75 wins, which would be maybe third or fourth place. And then we got to 107. This year, I think, folks are predicting the Dodgers, maybe the Padres. And those are outside folks. That's not us. I mean, we think we have a really strong team. Obviously, there's some new players, and we're going to miss Buster Posey deeply. But the Brandons are back, and we have a whole lot of players that really made their mark last couple of years, whether it's Mike Yastrzemski or Lamont Wade Jr., late night Lamont. So we have brought back, a large percent of the team. In professional sports, it's hard to bring back everybody. People retire, people move on. But what you see this coming year, is not going to be that different from the 107-win team other than Buster.
Okay, so that means we're hoping for at least 107 wins this time.
That's right. That's how I heard that, too.
That's what I heard.
How about the sign on opening day? Can one of you bring a sign, 108 or bust?
That's right. Yeah,
I got
exactly.
it. I'll make it as soon as the show is over. But hey, Larry, for folks that are coming, though, to the game, what's new at the ballpark? What can they expect?
Well, we have all sorts of new food items. I think it would take too long to go through them all. But we have lots of new food items. We have an area that we haven't been able to fully enjoy, since in a full season with full capacity on opening day, which is out by the bullpens. There's a bullpen deck out there. There's the 415 Club. So what we encourage people to do is come early, take public transit, and walk around the park, because, it's the thing about this ballpark is, as Lamont Wade's mom did when he hit a home run over her head in right field. It's a scenic place, and it's supposed to be beautiful weather, and so we look forward to that. I think there's going to be some new touches that you'll see in the ballpark. We fixed some things up, and hopefully it's going to feel like it's a brand new ballpark, even though, believe it or not, this is our 23rd year at the ballpark at 3rd and King.
And because of the lockout that we talked about here, things are going to look a little different during this season. And to start things off, the Giants are opening up the season at home for the first time in a long time, since 2009. Kind of an unfamiliar position for the team to be in. Can you talk about how the approach kind of changes for the team, and some of the challenges with the scheduling as you look throughout this whole season?
Yeah, I mean, the really good news is we're playing a 162-game season, but there's going to be some differences. There's 12 teams will qualify for the playoffs, not 10. We're going to have in the National League the designated hitter, which I know not every baseball traditionalist loves, but the reality is that's the way the game is being played now in high schools and colleges and amateur leagues. So it really has to be that way, we think. And we're going to have we'll still have the runner at second base in extra innings. Some people like it, some people don't like it. But I think there's a lot of technology that's being introduced to the game, including the pitcher-catcher communication now. You're going to be able to call a pitch, and this was just approved in the last 24 hours. You're going to be able to call a pitch as a pitcher or a catcher, communicating through sensors in your hat. So you don't have to put the signs down anymore. So those dreaded runners at second base who are stealing signs, it's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, can't do that anymore.
All
right. Yeah, Larry, just really quickly, though, we know that there are some feelings out there that are hurt, especially after the lockdown. What do you say to those fans who might be a little frustrated with the game right now?
So we're opening our arms, and we're saying that, look, it was a kind of a tough period between the beginning of December and the beginning of March. But when push came to shove, we got it done. We have the agreement. And the thing about baseball is, and we had a big offer for several weeks of $5 tickets to any game in April and May, is that you come out to the ballpark and you can get tickets for $15, $20, and you can come out and enjoy family and friends outdoors. It's safe. You don't have to worry about any indoor issues related to COVID. And, it's kind of bringing the escape back to our world that we need when we had this rough couple of years, and we're going to be doing something to support the courageous people of Ukraine on opening day at the beginning of the game. And we'll talk about that as well. And it's just important for us to heal together.
Absolutely, and baseball helps to do just that. We look forward to all the festivities coming up this Friday when the Giants open up at home against the Marlins. Giants CEO Larry Baer, always appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks so much, Alex. Thanks,
Take care.
Kevin.